Because this receiver, he could take the lid off a defense at any time.
That throw behind his intended target. Not on the same page with his tight end. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect. And all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
He completes it in traffic. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. Give him 13 on that play. And that's a Steelers first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
First down throw by Rodgers. Escapes the pocket. Look at all this time.
You know, sometimes, Kate, that pocket could be a lonely place. You're searching and searching for an escape valve, and there's none to be had. That time, nowhere to go, and he was lucky to get back to the line before the defense swarmed him.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. A give left side to Warren. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Motioning one of the tight ends. 3rd and 1, now Rodgers. On the move, headed right. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. This is Warren, headed right. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know they say it any time he comes up in an interview, but they appreciate having him on this defense so much, Kate, because of plays like that one. Those are great instincts. It takes instincts and want to come up and run support, and not many corners can make that stop.
On 2nd down, Warren gets it again, and he's brought down for a loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over it.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Now looking to throw with Rodgers. The Buccaneers get there and bring him down. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
You know, one thing I noticed, Kate, coaching youth football, everybody wants their kid to play quarterback. That is, until they get knocked to the mat. And that's now 5 sacks in this game, let alone the number of times quarterback's been flushed as well. Not everybody is built to play quarterback.
Facing 4th down, the Steelers opting for the field goal. Chris Boswell out to do the honors. From the right hash, it's a 47-yarder. Dicker connects there. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. 2nd time they brought him out for a field goal, and 2nd time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
Things trim back down to a single-point Brock as they send this off and away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Buccaneers ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. A tight end in motion now. Mayfield on 1st and 10. Finds his man. It's Godwin. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 35-yard line.
2nd and 3 now. Irving on the inside give. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Off the play fake. Here's Mayfield. He finds Evans, left side. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
It's a gain of 9. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Has him on the quick hitter. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that's good for a Buccaneer 1st down.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Baker throwing again. This one's taken in by Otten. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Shotgun handoff to Irving. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They send one of the tight ends in motion right. Mayfield now from the gun. Got Evans, it's complete. And they haul him down just a foot or 2 shy of the red zone. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
Here's the give to Irving. And he's going to run this one well into the red zone to the 14. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Putting one of the tight ends in motion right. Here's Mayfield. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete. A close game is going to stay close, Brock, so long as plays like that are being made in big situations.
Yeah, in these tight games, you got to have your defense making plays just like that in the red zone. Here we got a defender in particular coming through with a big hit to keep points off the board.
3rd and short, Mayfield. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Irving will not score, and it's not going to get back to the line either. I think he lost close to 3 on that play.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Mayfield with a blitz coming. And he has the catch, gets both feet in, that's a touchdown! The Buccaneers push their lead further to start the half. Wow, just fantastic work there. Tiptoeing along the back line. The concentration was there. Great catch for 6.
Yeah, the concentration and the body control. I don't know how these receivers do it in this day and age. There's no space to work with, yet they have such an awareness to secure it first, to tap dance the line, and go get that touchdown.
McLaughlin attack on the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Buccaneers grow their lead to 8. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Patterson now to return it. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Now the offense getting set to go for the Steelers. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Rodgers. And this throw's knocked away, incomplete.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. But ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge gain.
Couldn't connect on 1st, it's 2nd down. Here's Rodgers. That's low and bounces short of his man. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Rodgers throwing on 3rd down. Pass taken in by Freiermuth. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Secures this at the 17. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The home team's headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They'll run this with Irving. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Cole Holcomb there on the stop. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Baker now from the gun. That's going to be caught by Evans. And he gets him around 6 there. Cole Holcomb there on the stop.
That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 2.
3rd and just 2 to go. Godwin, the man in motion left. Throwing now, 3rd and 2. Complete beyond the marker. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
1st and 10 from the 41. From the gun, Mayfield. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. They get 28 out of that play. And that's good enough for a Tampa 1st down.
Just how many times do we see teams go to this route? You can go to a Little League field, tell them to, hey, run to the post. It's a playbook staple. And he's someone you could depend on to create space and make catches out of it.
1st and 10, it's Mayfield. Short pass brought in. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Buccaneer 1st down.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
From the red zone now. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Mayfield to throw again. Hits him on the out route. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Now Mayfield. He's on the move. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
I know we talk about rhythm a lot when it comes to music, but it's the same thing with a quarterback and his protection. This QB was in rhythm, but they knocked the notes out of him on that one.
For the 2nd time today, they're going to run the kick team out for the field goal. This is a 42-yard look from the left hash. The kick by McLaughlin is good. And it's now a 2-possession game as the lead grows to 11.
Here in the 3rd quarter, he gets a chance to make up for the miss on his first attempt of the game. This time, well, he is totally dialed in, and he gets this one to count.
it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. On the return, here comes Austin. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Steelers offense headed out. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Rodgers here from the gun. Wilson's got it. He's got a gain of 6 there. Stop that time by Jamel Dean.
As quarterback, when you have an out route versus man coverage, you're just hoping and just praying your offensive guy could turn the hips of that defender. And once you see that, you got to cut it loose and let it go, just as they did right there.
Rodgers here off the play action. Targeting the sideline, and Freiermuth has it. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
Shotgun handoff for Patterson. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. From the 46. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Time we offered some serious blanket praise for this entire group defensively. The guys up front, they've certainly generated the pressure. Everybody on the back end in coverage, well, they're holding down their assignments to delay these throws. This is going to be one tomorrow, one fun tape to watch, because 6 sacks, hard to come by in this league.
And for the Buccaneers, it's a nickel look. 3rd down coming. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. Oh, they're on him, and he's dropped again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
Yeah, this defense is seeing a vulnerable offense right now, an offense that can't protect itself. First and foremost, before you do anything else, you got to make sure you account for everybody. And right now, this defender, well, he's taking this game over.
The Steelers set to punt it. Corliss Waitman will kick it away. And he sends this away, definitely his best kick of the game thus far. Takes it in at the 21. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. That excitement brings us to the end of the quarter. They'll have a shiny new set of downs to play with to start the 4th. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. First and 10 now from the 30. They send a tight end in motion. First and 10. Here's Mayfield. This finds Evans, complete. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
Well, that's a game that has its roots in preparation during the week. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kind of stuff. Identifying ways to target the coverage and creating opportunities for big completions.
One play in, and already they're close to midfield. Mayfield on 1st and 10. Has him on the quick hitter. And he gets it past the 50 and down to the Steelers' side of the field. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. So this is Irving. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make third down easier to handle instead, well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Oh, put some heat on this. Put the body on the line for his team. It's a 33-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play, and that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. Now a carry by Irving. Give him 5 on that carry. Bring it up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. They motion the tight end over. Mayfield now from the gun. He brings it in. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You get this big old dude like him in the slot, it's an automatic mismatch advantage. You're trading a little bit of speed, sure. You sure do get a lot of size. And anytime he's in the slot, you got to assume the ball's going his way.
1st and goal now as they try to pad this lead. Baker now. And they will score. It's a Tampa touchdown. The Buccaneers make it a 3-score game in the 4th. Mike Evans with the touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yeah.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
McLaughlin attack on the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Buccaneers push their lead to 18. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Patterson now to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Pittsburgh getting its offense all set to go. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. A pistol snap here. Rodgers finds Woods. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Second down now, 7 to go. From the 29. Wilson on the slant. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
A gain of 14. 1st down, Steelers.
Now here's Rodgers. Into traffic, complete. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
You know, I often say there is a fine line between aggressiveness and carelessness. And when you throw into double coverage, well, it can go either way. That time, a tremendous catch by his receiver on the other end.
Throwing again, it's Rodgers. Finds his target, Patterson. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. They'll throw again, Rodgers. That's complete to Wilson. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Throwing once again, Rodgers. This finds Austin, complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Well, there's a time to be a little finessey with the football, put a little touch on, and then there's time to put your arm into it and let it eat. Throw it right through your target's chest. This one, well, that one right there was the latter. Smart to make a fastball zing in before anyone could undercut the curl route.
On first down, Warren. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play.
Offside. Defense.
Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him.
Still first down.
A bit jumpy across the way there, and that halves the distance ahead of him on first down. Working inside the red zone. Looking touchdown, but can't connect. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react. And then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous job of breaking that pass up with contact.
Warren here from the gun. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
To the air here on first down, Rodgers. This one falls incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So it's second down coming up.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you, you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Couldn't connect on first, it's second down. Play fake, it's Rodgers. And that's incomplete, and he's happy to have that one fall compared to, well, the alternative. Looked like it was going to be picked there.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, they just couldn't quite hang on.
Rodgers throwing on third down. Ooh, that looked like a pick for a second, but it hits the end zone grass. They are very fortunate to get this one back, but now they've got fourth down.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
Facing fourth down, the Steelers opting for the field goal. Chris Boswell out to do the honors. It's a 29-yard look right down the middle for him.
This is a case of, well, just get what you can on the way out the door, Kate. It's already out of reach. Just take the 3, let your kicker get some points, and make it a hair closer in the box score.
Now Boswell on to send this away. He fields it from the 8. Returns looking good so far. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. Now the Buccaneers set to take the field. And all the touchdowns are sure going to catch some eyes around the league, but sure not unexpected for those of us who saw how well he was throwing it back when he got his first couple of scores.
Yeah, and if anything, he's only continued to improve and play better as this defense tried and failed to find any way to slow him down.
They've got first down from the 31. Drive starts with a carry by White. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Baker now off the play fake. Bails out of the pocket quick. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. On the give, this is Irving. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Call it 1 yard there. Tough sledding the last couple of runs. It's 4th and 2.
It's 4th down.
Tampa Bay in punt formation now. Riley Dixon, the one to kick it away. Fair catch, hauled in at the 18-yard line. So no return on that punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Their offense ready to take the field now. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw on their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Rodgers here from the gun. Austin's there to haul it in. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
The smartest pass catchers I've ever been around, they know how to set up an outcut beautifully. They recognize when they have leverage, how to sell the deep route, and then boom, they just break it out as if it's nothing.
1st down, Rodgers. Short pass brought in. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
That's really good instinct by the eyes up in the sky. The play caller seeing space on the perimeter, a well-timed screen, and a positive gain out of it.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the shotgun, Rodgers. He finds Woods. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
A gain of 7. 1st down, Pittsburgh.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Again, Rodgers. That one's complete, right side. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. That's going to be caught by Washington. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. It's a pickup of 11. And that's a Steelers first down. Off the play fake, here's Rodgers. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Warren running between the tackles. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Here's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
It's Warren on 3rd down. And he doesn't get this one very far, down to only about the 18. A 3-yard gain leaves him just a little short. A decision to make now on 4th down. Don't go for it, Rodgers. He can't get away. They get the sack and force a turnover on downs.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
The home team, send receiver Chris Godwin getting set for another go. They're up by 2 scores, Brock, but we've got some time left, so they still need to mount a drive here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They bring the tight end in motion. First down, here's Baker. Got his target, it's Otten. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Just stay on schedule. Just stay on schedule, right? SOS. Bad thing on a ship. Good thing on a football field. Even a little completion keeps this offense on schedule.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Handoff headed right, Irving. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, they were hoping to get outside and meet those guys at the 2nd level. Well, someone from the 2nd level came to beat him on his turf. And that meeting didn't go so well.
And the Steelers go in nickel, 3rd down. Baker now from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that's good enough for a Tampa 1st down.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Tampa. Buccaneers with a 15-point advantage. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Straight ahead, it's Irving. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game. Second down now, 7 to go. Once again, Irving. He breaks a tackle. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Right back to Irving now. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. The Steelers use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. Carry here for Irving. And he's stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the 1st.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
It's victory formation the rest of the way for these Buccaneers, who take a knee.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second.
Lining up to take a knee on 2nd down. With the win in hand, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
Setting up for the kneel down on 3rd. So it's a win for the Buccaneers. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. The Buccaneers winners, as with that, we sign off from Tampa.